guys, welcome back to Critical Flick here. Here's my review of Dunkirk. I know I did the Nolan series, and then I ended up having to go to like a concert, so it didn't work out for me to get the review out first thing. But Noel and Brian were able to do that, and so they put out their opinions there. And so yeah, so here's my thoughts on the movie. I did really enjoy it. Didn't love it though, and so let's just go into it. As you guys already know, Dunkirk tells a story about the evacuation of Dunkirk, where British, Belgian, and French soldiers were trapped and surrounded by the Nazis. And so it tells a story from the ground, by sea, and in the air. And it's really good how it's crafted together here. Nolan's done a really good job of playing with time. He loves playing with time. It's a consistent thing in all of his films, and he does it in this movie too, pretty well. And it stars some pretty good actors. Kenneth Branagh is in this movie. Cillian Murphy's in this movie. Obviously, Harry Styles is in this movie, which a lot of people, caused a lot of buzz. It generated a lot of buzz there because he's never acted before. This is, I think, his first acting role, and he's a musician, popular for One Direction and all that. But anyways, they're all, all the actors are good in their roles. However, they're not really developed as well. And I'll get into that in my cons for the movie. But let's go into my pros. So my biggest pro I can say about this movie is it looks outstanding. So the cinematographer, Hoyt van Hoytema, he came back, he's shot this movie, and it looks great. I mean, Nolan chose to film the whole movie on 65mm film in IMAX format, and so it just looks beautiful. I mean, you get so much detail in each frame, and especially in the dogfights. With Tom Hardy's character plays, he's a pilot for the British Air Force, and it's phenomenal looking. Like, it looks so good. You can tell they strapped cameras on the outside of these planes and they flew them around. It looks so great. I really, really, really loved these sequences that were in the movie. They really worked so well. And in addition to that, the lighting throughout the movie looks really good. It adds to the overall tone of the film, which was just this intense, like, somber type tone throughout the movie. You're constantly on edge, and that part is really awesome too. So again, the lighting, everything about this movie looked really great. Really great. My second pro is that I love Christopher Nolan's direction. Again, even though I'm going to get into my cons and why I don't love this movie, I think it's really good. I think it's a really good movie, but his direction is so good. He does this non-linear storytelling kind of, again, plays with time, and it works really well. With a lesser director, this could have been not as good or disastrous. I mean, it really works though, the way he's told it, because you'll watch like a scene or sequence, and then something will happen in that scene, and then in the next scene you see that part that was just happening in the other scene. So you just got to see it. You'll know what I mean when you see it. It's really cool how it all connected together. And then I guess my third pro would be, I think it's a great feeling. It's great for me when I walk out of a movie and like it has a historical aspect to it. I love how Nolan was able to take a Operation Dynamo, which is also what it was known as, and take this story about Dunkirk that happened during World War II and make it mainstream, make it appeal to mainstream audiences. I think it's really awesome that not only can you go to this movie for entertainment and enjoyment, but I think you can learn some stuff about, if you don't know anything about this, at least it will pique your interest, and maybe you may go online and check it out and read about it. And I think that's awesome. I always love when movies can push for that, and that's my third pro there. So awesome stuff. So my only con and it hinders the movie for me is the character development. I know that this movie is more about the story, and that's great. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I think the story is great, but I need a little more character development for me to really connect with what's going on screen. And so that was lacking to me, and so that's why I dock some points. I don't love the movie. I think it's really good, and I do really like it. Yeah. So if I had to rate this movie, I'd probably give it an 8.5. I think that the solid direction, the solid cinematography, and gosh, I didn't even mention the score, but Hans Zimmer, once again, this guy is brilliant. He just makes such good music, and it works so well with every movie that he does. It's amazing. Like, I don't know how he does it. It's incredible stuff, and so you know, those aspects definitely, you know, outweigh my con greatly. But, you know, my con's there. I need a little more character development, and that's all I'll say about that. Yeah, so I definitely say check it out, and definitely see it in IMAX. You know, it's in IMAX film. He shot this film all in IMAX. A lot of movies, see, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of movies that you see in theater nowadays, even though you can pay to see it in IMAX, they were not shot using IMAX cameras. In fact, very few films each year are actually shot with IMAX cameras. So to me, they're just converted, and that's a waste of money. Like, don't waste your time on that. Go see Dunkirk in IMAX because it's worth it. That's the way it was. That's the way Nolan wanted you to see the film, and it works really well. The sound, the way it looks on screen, it's great. See the movie for that. And yeah, guys, so that's my thoughts on Dunkirk. Again, sorry about it being late. I do apologize. I had a concert, and it was good, great concert. But yeah, so this is my review. This is my take, and this completes my Nolan series until his next movie, and fingers crossed it's James Bond. I love Bond. I'm a huge fan, and I know he is too. He's constantly talked about it in interviews and stuff, and it would be really cool if Sony could grab Nolan to do a Bond film, but the chance of probably that happening, I don't know. I think it would be great though, so fingers crossed for that. But leave your opinions, your comments down below, like and subscribe the video, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.